What's going on, everybody? It's your man Tommy Gunz with a Z.
It's the super producer J Dub. What up?
And your boy XCELL Airborne.
You know what it is, man. This is the Bridging the Gap show in reviews, our weekly review show, man, where we're talking about all of the hot topics that are taking place, man, in entertainment, man, on social media, and even in the barber shop. You know what I mean? We got it all lined up for you, man. So just give you a quick rundown real quick. If you want to get down with the squad, you can go to www.TrifectaSquad.com. You can connect with us on all social media platforms, man. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, and that is Twitter. You can also listen to our radio show, the Bridging the Gap Show, Monday through Fridays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Hit USA Radio by logging on to www.hitusaradio.gq. And you can also download the free Hit USA Radio app for your Androids and your Apple devices, man. We got a lot of developments taking place. We got a lot of growth that we're experiencing right now, and we want you to grow with us. And so that's pretty much what's going on with the squad, man. And so thank you so much for taking the time out to kick it with us. All right? I agree.
Just have a little kicking session.
Sounds logical to me, man.
Just a little kickback.
Making fun of people
all
and
you people out
things.
there bridging the gap lane.
That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it.
Bridging the gaps.
So for those of you who are new to the Bridging the Gap show, man, we play the best in throwback and hit music, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the hottest show, hottest variety show, man, out here on the land, man. Internet, terrestrial radio, whatever it is, man. No real competition, man.
At all.
No real competition for us, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that we ain't being braggadocious, but we're just being confident in what we do.
Hot.
What it is, because we hot. That's right. So, man, what's going on, man? Let's get into some of these trending topics, man. What's happening? What's blowing up the web right now, man? What's hot right now?
What's hot?
Man, listen.
What's up?
Much love, much respect to Kevin Hart, comedian, superstar, actor, all that good stuff. Listen, he's back in the hospital because complications. You know, he had back surgery. So we're trying to see what's going on with that. Prayers to him and the Hart family.
Most definitely.
You know. But listen, the way that car looked, that car was mangled. Oh, Southern people, y'all know what I say, good fashion. That car was mangled good fashion. Okay. And it was reported that one of his friends was the driver, and the young lady was in the back seat. Mm-hmm. Now, this is where I have to be the super producer and bad influence. Let me say that Kevin Hart has had a history of issues relating to alcohol. So I'm just saying, it's just my opinion, that I find it funny, if you think about it, whether someone's a celebrity or not, that it's your car. Mm-hmm. It's an expensive, revamped, tricked out car, but someone else was driving. So a good 80%, I won't say 9 times out of 10, 80% of the time, that's not true, because if you're able to make it out of that crash, then that's the arrangement. Like, look out for me. I'm a celebrity, especially if you're a celebrity. Or if you just, you might have too many felonies or warrants. Like, look, take this from me, just so you was a driver. I'll pay the ticket.
So
that's just my opinion. I feel like he was drinking because he had enough wherewithal, new word, connivance, to leave the scene of the accident, and he went home. His friend said he was driving Kevin's car. Mm-hmm. First of all, he left the scene of an accident. Mm-hmm. Because why? You don't want to take the field sobriety test. You know,
guilty.
Okay. Why did you leave the scene? And then there's audio of his new wife calling and saying he can't move. So a lot of times, I would rather get a ticket and my license suspended, worst case or minor case, than my wife call and say, Dub can't move. Because you don't know what you did to yourself in the accident, and you don't know what you did to yourself leaving the accident to go home.
Well, yeah, because normally after an accident, you don't, depending on the severity of the accident, you don't feel the after effects until the following day.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying? Because I've been hit from behind, and like, oh, I'm good, I'm straight, and then the next morning, get up and back, neck stiff as hell, my neck and my back, my back and my neck.
And my back.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he left, and had he not left the scene, it just has law officials thinking, okay, you're innocent, why'd you leave the scene? It's your car, why'd you leave your friend?
Well, I mean, that's
all these things are starting to add, or even if it doesn't add up, we're in America, so America's gonna make it add up. So I think you might as well, you got enough money to cover yourself.
But to me, you would leave the scene if you didn't, you weren't driving. Oh, I could go. I really wasn't.
That's true. If you were not the driver, you don't have to stay. But again, America will make it into something. You were there when your friend crashed your car. So I'm glad everybody's okay, but why did you leave the scene?
Why weren't you there when the ambulance and the police and all that stuff came for your friend?
That becomes an issue.
So yeah, I mean, like, you know, you're saying with it being his car and it's all tricked out or whatever. But you know, if we're friends, I think I'll let my friend drive my car.
Yeah, but it's a brand new car. It's tricked out.
But if
I'm probably going to drive my car.
How brand new is it?
It was very brand new. He said he bought it for his birthday.
It was vintage and it was tricked out and put together.
And it was for his birthday.
Okay.
Rebuilt. And why would I rebuild it to let somebody else drive? Was his friend a race car driver? Was he like, you know, going real fast, doing some tricks that he couldn't do and showing him some tricks, or
but like you said, even if you could,
were they just drunk and
he may have been a little more sober than Kevin.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true too.
So you take it.
So take my keys, man.
Right, you say you.
And that's good.
You're better than I am.
Designated driver.
Designated driver. So take my keys.
Keep that in mind. That's a good thing.
Drive me to the crib. That's probably what happened.
Well, that could have happened too.
That could happen to anyone. When the accident occurred, as bad as the car was mangled, as I said, mangled, but good fact.
Because these pictures, man,
the way the car looks,
it's mangled.
Everyone's lucky. All three individuals, the two gentlemen in the front, Kevin and his friend, and a young lady in the back seat.
They beyond.
They're out. They're beyond.
Blessing,
they just add correct, and we say lucky alive.
To still be alive.
Acknowledge. You should say you are blessed. Then you say lucky, fortunate, and so forth. But he's had issues with alcohol. Remember, he was caught cheating both times, as it relates to past wife and current wife, as it relates to alcohol. When his Philadelphia, Kevin's from Philly, when his Eagles won the Super Bowl, and he tried to rush the podium as they were trying to give the Eagles the Super Bowl trophy, and the NFL security blocked him, that was a result of alcohol. So you kind of put two and two together.
Blame it on alcohol.
You keep adding. But
blame it on the Remy, blame it on the blue tie, got feeling dizzy. He was in the Jamie Foxx. Blame it on the Yeah.
That's what he can blame it on, I think. But I think he has to get ahead of this quickly, recover first. Even if it's through your wife, through your team, through your agent, his friends, his co-writers, the Plastic Cup Boys. Get it through to someone that, yes, Mr. Hart admits, just my opinion, if it's true, Mr. Hart has a problem, and when he recovers from his injuries from the accident, he will seek treatment and so on and so on. It's best to get a jump on this stuff now.
Right.
Because if you let America get it, they could end his career.
So yeah, he has 4 months of physical therapy that he has to undergo, and so we'll just see the developments and what's happening with this whole Kevin Hart situation, man. But once again, man, our prayers going out to everybody that's affected by this whole situation, man. And sometimes, man, you just got to designate a driver if you're drinking that heavy, or just call Uber or Lyft.
They exist.
But if it was me and I was driving, I would blame somebody else.
Hey, look, it wasn't me. I'm like Shaggy.
I'm the bread.
It wasn't me.
It's Shaggy, so it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Who gonna buy the chicken wings tonight? Me.
It wasn't me.
All right, so what's the next trending topic, man? What else is hot, man, besides Kevin Hart?
I'm hot about these damn Chicago Bears.
Oh, NFL season, man. Kickoff, man.
Yeah, we're talking about the season.
Yeah.
Shout to the relative, DJ El Papa, true Bears fan, sir.
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan too.
I am a true Bears fan, but I am a true fan also of preparation and not the H.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Even though the Bears are making your ass hurt a little, but
it's like Titanic, man. You got to go down with the ship, man. When you're a Bears fan, man. And, just let me just hop on my soapbox regarding the whole Bears situation, man.
Yes, sir.
One of the things, and I've said this in countless conversations that I've had about this at the barbershop, man. You know what I'm saying? At work, it's like Preseason is for the offensive team to develop some chemistry and some rhythm.
Prepare preseason.
Defenses don't necessarily need many preseason games because it's more about adrenaline on the defensive end. Like, yeah, you have to know schemes, you have to understand schemes and things of that nature, what the next team's tendency are. Like, that stuff, yeah, you get. But as a defense, once I hit you 2 or 3 times, my adrenaline is flowing, my eyes are moving, I'm watching everything that's happening. Now I'm engaged, so I don't necessarily need those kind of reps. On the offensive side, like, look, we got how many new receivers? We got new running backs. We got a whole new. For a lot of these guys, this is their first time in the system. Mm-hmm. For Mitch, who's the starting quarterback, this is his second year in the system. But this is his second year with almost a new cast offensively. So them guys, practice is one thing, but playing against another team that's just as hungry as your squad, I mean, look, it's different. You can't simulate game time speed, game time action, and so that's why those reps in preseason are important. And our team, Chicago, our starters only played 1 series in the 4 games in preseason.
Preparation. What we talking about? Practice?
That can't happen. Now, let's be clear in that practice.
Practice? We talking about practice?
Let's be clear, because a lot of people are saying preseason is the same as practice. Now, Allen Iverson said that
years ago.
But understand that other players then and some today aren't as great as Allen Iverson.
Right.
Sometimes you need to be out there for all the reasons that was mentioned, both offense, defense, and special teams.
Right.
Bullshit kickers. And the kicking team. But you need to be out there because Chicago, I feel, does not have a set offense yet. You have 1 new receiver, maybe the new tight end, and Howard, I think he was traded and he's somewhere else. So you're removing people, you're adding a new offense. But people aren't worried about Chicago because Chicago, for decades, is not known for a solid quarterback.
Right.
So now, if you have a second-year quarterback, we're not afraid of this guy. Now, they're afraid of the defense,
right,
but not the offense. And you cannot rely on the defense
to win every
single game. It's offense, defense, special teams.
Chicago is satisfied with selling peanuts and beer. They don't really care about winning. They satisfied
tailgating, barbecue.
Man, it's like,
that's it.
Because this is just one reason I seen that we skipped over the number 1 quarterback to get the number 6 quarterback. So, we just care about filling seats. You know what I'm saying? So,
see, now, a thing that, an issue that was raised up because you had Deshaun Watson in the same class as Mitch Trubisky. Now, Deshaun's a black quarterback, and so a lot of people saying that this is just shop talk. A lot of people are saying that the Bears didn't select Watson because he was black, and that they want the face of the franchise to be white. You know what I'm saying?
So they can sell beer and peanuts.
Right, and so we don't know how true that is, but from a skill set standpoint, you have somebody who has 3 years of experience under his belt, shown that he can be a leader. And crunch time.
Played 13 games?
Mitch played 13 games.
13 games?
And that was it.
That's it.
And so why would you skip over him? Oh, to sell peanuts and popcorn.
So, but hey, we're Bears fans, man, and we gonna argue amongst each other, man, about what it is. But at the end of the day, man, we want them guys to win.
We want them to win.
Absolutely.
So, Nagy, Trubisky, you 2 guys are the leaders of the team. Y'all the face of the team. Man, get y'all together.
They are who we supposed to be.
Yeah, because right now, that's what it is, man. Y'all are really disappointing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Man. Okay, man. So, I think I want to break into some shop talk real quick.
All right, what's up, man?
Just real quick shop talk. This is, just something that we talk about in the shop. We talk about different things that go on in the shop.
Okay.
But today we're going to talk about something that's probably going to be in every shop.
Okay.
we're coming up on the anniversary of 9/11, everyone.
Barbershops and beauty salons.
You know?
Yeah.
9/11, yo.
Day to remember.
You know,
Day of service.
never forget.
Yeah.
Till this day. You gotta take what happened. Till this day. But 9/11, you know, we lost so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so shrouded around conspiracy now. Like, did the government
Have something to do
have
with
something to do with it, or did we have terrorists? Now, let me just tell you a part of conspiracy real quick.
Okay.
So, there's this show with Samuel L. Jackson.
Uh-huh.
It's called
Shaft?
I'm not sure if it's Shaft. What they do in this movie is they say, this is in 1998. This is before 9/11.
Right.
So what they say in the movie is, we're going to blow up the Twin Towers and we're going to blame it on the Muslims. So it's like 10 years before that.
Okay.
And then it happened. It's like conspiracy. Right. And then once you look at all the tapes, like after, you know, they show a lot of like demolition work. I would say, like, if you worked in construction, you kind of know like demolition, and you know about imploding buildings as opposed to exploding buildings,
right,
and things like that. You know, and metal girders on the inner collapsing. It's kind of hard to do. You know, just some things that, you know.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, just so much mystery around this type of stuff. And we're just coming up on the anniversary, you know, tomorrow will be 9/11.
Maybe it was Pulp Fiction.
I can't think of
Can I curse on this show?
Yeah,
can we curse? English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Yeah.
No.
No, I can't think of it. Oh, man.
No. I'm thinking
It was a tasty burger.
Mm.
And I will rain down. No. Okay.
Never forget.
Never forget. Respect.
Yeah, respect.
I think with that, we don't learn, we as people, it doesn't matter your color, political affiliation, because all politicians suck.
All you do.
So,
Blow.
we do things, we know what to do. And that's every aspect of our lives. Academic, professional, personal, financial, spiritual. We know what to do. We just refuse to do it.
Right, we have a hard time doing it.
Right, so whatever your theory is on 9/11, on the current state of things, whether it's a wall or immigration or individuals in a cage, we know what to do. And it's amazing. I said something when I was a kid, and it helped me to kind of figure out my take on religion and or / spirituality. I believe it to this day. God and the devil speak every day, all day. Mm-hmm. And as a child, I put it in the simplest form. So imagine a child's thinking. God and the devil in lazy boy recliner chairs.
Okay.
And even before there were flat screens, they're watching the universe.
Flat clouds.
Yeah. They're watching all of us on a flat cloud. And it's amazing how, and most people won't admit it, it's amazing how all the negative things that go on in the world, they blame God. Mm-hmm. So you can just picture the devil say, you see they're doing it in your name, right? Just about every war that's ever been started in the world is because this religion says we want you to die and vice versa in the name of God.
See, but I think
so think about that. It's just because the devil. Sometimes Flip Wilson used to say when he played Geraldine, the devil made me do it. Sometimes people already have it within them. The devil gives you the strength to continue. Sometimes that's just my opinion. But it's just so much going in. We're saying 9/11. There's so much going on, and that we point the spiritual finger, whether it's abortion and again, immigration, racism, sexism, homophobia, and it says in this verse in the Bible about homosexuality, it says this in the Bible that Jesus was black. You remember episode of Good Times, Black Jesus, Ned the Wino, Black Jesus. But aside from that, violence is going on, and here in Chicago, we know what to do. We just refuse to do it. So a lot of times we can say conspiracy, we can say this, that, and the other, but I think it has to reach a certain point where we all say, you know what? Let's do the opposite. You'd be amazed, not right or wrong. If you do the opposite of what you're doing, things will come out better.
I'd just like to say, Donald Trump and Kanye West don't care about black people.
I saw the service Sunday, but I actually
Sunday
drove
service.
past it. I'm not gonna tell that lie. I drove past it.
Just playing Kanye.
So-
man.
What's going on, Yeezy? Yeah, man. It's just
Not Trump.
so much going on.
Trump.
I just think at the end of the conversation, man, is that we have to reflect on the lives lost,
Right.
and after we reflect on the lives that have been lost and the lives that have been changed forever, it's like we always got to go back to the one question that nobody has really answered yet. What do we do collectively to stand together like we did during that moment when that tragedy happened, regardless of what side of the conspiracy you might be on, whether you think it was a conspiracy or you don't. But what it did for a moment in time, it brought the nation together. There was no division. There was everybody kind of supporting and loving each other during that time. But once that time period was over, we went back to things as being normal. So it's like, if we really want to honor those who lost their lives and those who sacrificed, we got to find a way to not keep our country, our cities, our communities divided. We got to find a way to come together so that we can have a better society for everybody.
Let me say, and it goes back to what I said earlier. We know what to do, people. We just refuse to do it because coming together is easy. And a lot of people say, that's not true, Dub, that's not true. It is easy. Let me tell you why. Because 3 weeks ago, y'all ready?
Okay.
Chick-fil-A and Popeyes had a
Really?
damn competition about a sandwich.
Really?
And the nation, yes sir. And the nation, some of you at Popeyes and Chick-fil-A as we speak.
Right now.
Some of you are being arrested at Popeyes and Chick-fil-A as we speak.
Let me get that chicken
Some
sandwich.
of you are climbing through the window of the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A and Popeyes as we speak. So we can come together for nonsense.
Right.
We can fight the staff of Chick-fil-A and Popeyes for a
They
sandwich.
done ran out of sandwiches.
We can hold guns on restaurant staff because they're hiding sandwiches. You have celebrities that had sandwiches mailed to them, and they're dancing on social media, eating a box full of sandwiches, while homeless people are looking out of the window and say, wow, damn, wish I had one.
Right.
But we can't come together to say the shooting is wrong in not just Chicago, but across the country. Hey, family member, you're not going to deal drugs in my house. We as the parents of these children know your child comes home in a car, clothing, electronics, anything that you did not pay for.
Under the age of 16, 17.
And
no
they
job.
do not have a job. You know something's going on.
Yeah.
We can't blame the police all the time. We can't blame the crooked politicians, even though they suck.
Everybody
I kind
should
of blame parents too.
Everybody should
But
blame.
Everyone shares the blame.
There's no common sense, and by there being no common sense, there's no value system that we all attend to be our value system. So in one household, killing might be alright, and selling drugs could be alright, and then in another household, it could be deemed as a
negative
devil,
thing.
very
Right.
negative.
Right.
And but value systems, I can even see when it comes to what they consider tricking and not tricking,
Right.
or dry snitching and not, or see, it's right to sell drugs if you grew up poor, but it ain't right to sell drugs if you grew up
Right,
rich.
you have money.
But you know what I'm saying? But no, the value system is really, it's wrong to do it, period.
Absolutely.
But see, when you don't have a common sense, a common value system, we all go awry, so it's all subjective. It's kind of what
That's true.
I think,
That's
Right.
and it's nothing common. And see, that's the reason why everything is going awry. I look at the world now, and I'm kind of never surprised when I see things go crazy. You know?
Right.
It's like, well, I kind of expected
How do you
that.
put it?
You know,
in one context, is if you go back, as you said, and Tupac said it, even though I sell rocks, It feels good putting money in your mailbox.
You know what I'm saying?
I love paying rent when the rent's due.
Because the Bill family coming.
Absolutely. And Mrs. Shakur, rest in peace to her and Pac, she admitted that Pac was sending drug money.
Of course.
Because she was going through things, and he loved paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. He sent those things.
Right.
And that money was spent, but you knew where it came from.
Where it came from.
But does it make it right?
Money.
No. Was it needed? Yes. So every situation is different.
Right.
But we still know what to do. If you can pull a gun on a manager for a chicken sandwich, you can get a job as an armed security guard.
Yeah.
If you can fight the staff because they're out of chicken sandwiches, you can go to any club in the state of Illinois and be a bouncer.
Bounce.
You don't have to go to bouncer college.
No.
Trust me. You don't have to go to bouncer college.
Wait a minute. On my way. I've been drinking milk.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know what to do. We just refuse to do it.
Right.
So we have to factor all those things in every topic. In relationships,
Okay.
is this helping the relationship? Or when your relationship is usually two people, it's not about I or you. It's supposed to be us.
Yeah.
What are we doing to build this relationship?
We.
And we're not speaking French. So now you have to ask yourself, it's not about what my friends or family says, your friends or family, it's what you and I think is best.
That's right.
I can take opinions, great, but it's about what we are trying to do. So ladies, you know, we say all the time, happy wife, happy life.
No,
How about this?
That's not right.
How about this?
No.
Ladies and
Not even
gentlemen,
good for a relationship.
I heard something a couple of days ago. How about happy spouse, happy house?
Both
You never
sides,
heard
right?
that.
Both sides.
Why?
You never hear that
Because
promoted.
we are not, in this country, taught, programmed, or seen that men should be happy too.
That's right.
Right.
No.
No,
We're
we'll
only-
be happy.
If we ask to be happy, we're soft.
Soft.
You're
Mhm.
less than a man.
Right.
We're
You're
self-centered.
a punk. You're
I should be happy.
self-centered.
Right.
It's about just the woman.
Being.
And it's not
Right.
saying you ladies and the children that you all don't deserve it, but why can't dad get more than a candy bar and a tie?
Why can't I
Something
have
like
my
this.
piece of chicken and
Something
eat
like
it
this.
too?
And the big piece of chicken.
Because
I
for
want my
Father's
cake
Day,
and eat it too.
I don't want no toolbox. I want a diamond necklace or a
Yeah.
diamond ring.
Oh,
Because you don't want me to get you a blender.
Right. Get you a spatula.
I get you some spatulas,
Get you an
Right.
apron.
So-
cooking pans.
Get you some cleaning supplies.
You know.
You gonna look at me like, this ain't what I wanted.
Right.
And most
And,
of the
and
time,
on my day off, stop planning stuff for us. Like, it's my day off. I don't have things already planned for me
You want
on
to
my
go
day
to
off.
you want to go to brunch?
you got a honey-do list. I got a baby-do list.
You know? Man.
Baby do this.
Baby, do
Absolutely,
Baby
absolutely.
do this. All right, and switching gears, man. You know what I'm saying about the hot topic, man. And we talking about relationships, right? So we got the quote-unquote retirement of one Nicki Minaj.
She's out of here.
Right. As of right now, she went on Instagram, specifically Instagram, and let all of her barbs know that she was retiring, and it really caused an uproar amongst her fans.
Ooh.
So where she had to come back and kind of clarify what she meant by saying that she was stepping away from the game.
Young Money.
Right. And so she's stepping away from the game in order to become what she's is saying she wants to focus more on creating a family. You know, she wants to be a wife. She wants to be
like
a mother.
Cardi.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and so what it is right now is that, you know, Nicki Minaj, who's one of the highest selling female artists of all time.
Oh, yeah. She
is as of right now saying she's hanging up her hat, her wigs,
Her booty.
Goat lady.
for parenthood and womandom or motherdom. Now we want to know, how do you ladies feel about that?
Right.
Because she's preached a lot of different messages and to you guys in regards to, yeah, man, the abrupt retirement of one Nicki Minaj, man, a current day hip hop queen, the current day hip hop legend.
Yeah.
Whether you necessarily support her or like her to that degree, you know, so you can't deny some of the numbers that she's amassed over the time that she's been
put numbers on the board
in the industry. Say men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Hey, she bodied a few guys every now and then on tracks. So I can't even lie.
She did.
And it's hard for me to sing women joints unless they hard, and she been kind of hard, so I ain't gonna even take nothing away from her.
So, but yeah, man. So
what
you know,
think, girl?
So she went on Twitter and Instagram a couple days ago, man, and announced that she was retiring. And why did she do that? I mean, because all of her bars,
crazy,
man, they went nuts. Like, listen, my daughter is a Nicki Minaj fan, and boy, did she boo-hoo and cry. I'm like, wait a minute, Nicki Minaj is still alive. She just
she's not getting
her flowers now.
Right, she in her flowers right now, boy. So she got
that's what it is.
So she got a lot of people upset, you know, right now. But like, it's okay. But sometimes, you know, I think that, you know, from my perspective, when you're in that limelight like that, sometimes you just need to take a break and take a step back. So, you know what I'm saying? I am not going to necessarily fault her for that. But the one thing that I will kind of challenge her on is some of the things that she said as far as advising women on how to deal with relationships. Because she's stepping away from the game to become a mother and to become a wife. And so and a lot of her music was kind of contrary, and a lot of her imaging was contrary to her being a wife and being a mother, you know what I'm saying? And so now the challenge is, does she turn that message around to those who have followed her all this time? And now does she coach them? Does she inspire her bards to become better women, better mothers, better wives?
It was just entertainment. That's how I saw it.
Right.
It was just entertainment, just like these dudes talk about like they gangsters and these dudes talk about they sell drugs. So I look at it as entertainment. She was like doing a thing. You know what I'm saying? But to me, if she shows that she's a good mother, that's what she has to do.
See, but at the
she
same
has to be
time,
a good mother. Not really.
Well, no,
you know, I think if she shows that she's a good mother, then that'll be her. She doesn't necessarily have to come out and rap about it. You know what I'm saying? But like,
just the imaging of that.
Yeah, because she has put out those type of kind of negative connotations that hey, we don't need no man.
Right, I don't need no man for nothing. But she got one.
Right.
All of them.
All of them got one, but they'll tell you that you don't need a man. Tell you that you good all by yourself, and they got somebody to go home to at night and somebody to love at night, and you don't because you don't listen to everything they say. So I just want to. That's a challenge. That's a challenge to her and to her fan base.
Right.
Those of you who are older, the fan base, the kind of now, are you willing to change your image, or are you gonna go that same path that she went on?
And even though man and get married too, stop listening to me.
And even though it's entertainment, a lot of people don't necessarily think for themselves. So to a lot of people, it's real life. It's not just art. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have their own minds.
You know
what I'm saying?
And so, but like I said, to me,
Dingleberry.
it's a temporary step back for Nicki. It's not a full retirement. She gonna step back, have her baby,
and then get
married, and get right back to beefing and challenging.
Just like Jay, just like Eminem, just like everybody who retired.
Right. It's hard to step away from that line.
Good promotion.
After you stepped up that way, you know what I'm saying? After you stepped up that high, man, I think it's hard to kind of step back, man, from that limelight.
Guess who's Bazak, man? That fame is a drug, and she needs it.
Right.
She ain't gonna be able to walk around be no regular person. Not Onika.
No, it's gonna be
not no Onika.
Right. It's gonna be extremely difficult. And hey, so we thank you guys, man, for rocking out with us. We would like to encourage you guys to do a couple of things for us, if you don't mind. We want you to go to www.hitusaradio.gq. You can listen to our podcast 6 a.m., 10 a.m., Monday through Fridays on Hit USA Radio. We are bridging the gap where we play the best in throwbacks and hit music. And then you can also go to www.TrifectaSquad.com and connect with us on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that is Facebook. And we thank you guys so much for rocking out with us, man. You know, and this was the Bridging the Gap show in review, just kind of talking about some of the hot topics that are taking place, man. You know what I'm saying, nationally, locally, in entertainment, in politics, man, in the world. You know, sometimes we need these kind of conversations to come out so that so we can be well rounded as people. You know what I mean?
Donald Trump does not care
Oh,
about black.
no, he does not. He don't care so much that he went at John Legend, and Kathy Teigen, and he said some disparaging things about them.
Terrible singing.
So
no one thanked me. I didn't
Right.
see them there. I signed it.
And this
John
guy, man,
Legend,
is a
he's
straight
terrible.
egomaniac, man. If it ain't about him, man, it ain't right. And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time, man. But you know, we gonna close it out like this. I'm your man Tommy Gunz.
Super producer J Dub.
I'm XCELL Airborne.
All right, man, and this is the Trifecta Squad, and y'all know what we doing, man. We are bridging the gap between art, entertainment, and life.
Hot
Squad is what it is, man.
Hits.
We'll holler at y'all later. Hey, be sure to subscribe,
Squad.
like us, and help us get to the, what is it, 30,000?
30,000.
30,000?
You need
30,000 views, man, on everything that we do.
What would that look like if we had 30,000 views, family?
And it'll be all because of you.
All because of you.
All because of you.
And you.
And you.
Don't, you know, free.
That's right. So, when we holler at y'all at the Minuteman Squad out.
Squad.